My name is Greg Hoffman. I am co-owner of Urban Pump Personal Training Studio with my wife. We co-founded it about 9 years ago. I'm also the creator of the High Strength Training Program, a remarkably effective exercise program where you only need 2 20-minute workouts a week to build a fit, shapely, healthy, highly functioning body. In this video, I want to demonstrate some stretches that I do after my workout. It's a little series of exercises that I found that really hit the spot for me, and I think it would be very beneficial for anybody that needs to add a little stretching to their program. The reason why I like what I do, or the sequence of what I do works very well, is because first of all, it stretches the lower back. I have 2 degenerative discs in my lower back, and when I do squats or lunges, heavy barbell lunges, I feel it for the next 3 or 4 days, unless I get some real good traction going on. And this stretch that I'm going to show and start with is a great one to do that job. And the other thing I like about it is, even if you don't have lower back issues, it's still a good stretch. It's still a good way to decompress the spine. We can all use it. And right after workout is a fantastic time to do it. So there's that. And the other thing that I like about the sequence that I did put together is I've noticed that my left hip tends to not fire sometimes. For example, when I do leg presses or squats, I can feel it, so I shift into my right side a little bit more than I would like to. And once again, that has a lot to do with the decompression of my spine. So the lower back stretch that I do, I'll show in a second, is fantastic for that. But then same with the stretches for the hamstring, stretches for the glutes. And I just find that this is a very good series to work that whole lower extremity that I think would be very beneficial for everybody to do after their exercise program. Of course, take what you want from it, but here's some ideas. So the first stretch that I start with, it's a basic yoga pose. I think what they call it, I can't remember, but I'll show you. I'm sure you remember. But anyway, you get on your knees and toes, and then stretch as far forward as you possibly can. Really stretch the upper body out, and then lean into the hips. And just relax. And I tend to like to hold it for about a minute or two. I'm not going to do that long now, but just hold it, relax, and stretch. And sometimes I'll just shift my hips a little bit side to side when I do it, because that if I do have a little tightness, that the spine just kind of relaxes a little bit. So I recommend holding all these poses about 30 seconds or so, and maybe doing the series a couple of times. So there's that. And then sometimes I'll just do reverse stretch. This will stretch out the hips. And then sometimes I'll just come back to this pose. Then after that, to get the hip flexors, one foot in front of the other. Be on my knee, keep the foot kind of in alignment, because if it comes from one side to the other, I'm not hitting the hip flexors as well as I'd like. And just lean forward until I feel the real tightness in my hip flexors. This one in particular, I really need to do. My left hip flexor, not so bad. My right one, it is. And once again, I really don't know why. But for me, that's the case. Then after that, I'll come back, sit on my back foot, straighten right leg, and lean into it. Maybe do a little bit of a hamstring stretch that way. Once again, hold about 30 seconds or so. I'm going to move on. Then switch legs, of course. Keep it even. Stretch the left hip flexor as much as I need. Usually I don't spend as much time on this side. It just isn't bothering me as much. It's actually usually in pretty good shape. Then I'd come and hit the right hamstring. Then I'll just do a basic hamstring stretch, foot out in front, being in a seated position. Have my left leg in, kind of in a triangle fashion. And I like doing that because I can position myself and lean forward this way. Keep all of this area kind of out of the whole stretching equation. Focus on the hamstring and lower back. Lean forward. Don't go crazy with this to where you really try to stretch, because you can injure something if you do, if you stretch too far. Just to where you feel the tug. Hold for 20 or 30 seconds. Keeping the foot up. If the foot comes out, you're not going to feel it so much in the hamstring. The foot does need to be pointing upward. And then just stretch and hold into it. Do the same on the other side. Keep the foot up, lean into it, and just hold. See, this is actually feeling good. And then the other stretch that I do to finish things up, laying down on the floor, bent knee, grab it, pull it over to the side while I keep my left shoulder on the ground. That stretches the back, and really that tight glute that tends to shut down for me here. Then of course I do the same thing on the other side. That's basically it for what I do with my stretching protocol. The upper body, the whole shoulder joint complex, more often than not really just doesn't need that. If I start having problems with my right shoulder, and I do, it's because I played baseball when I was younger, threw a lot of junk, and it caught up to me. So I have some real scar tissue in my rotator cuff musculature. It's not so much the stretching that helps with that as it is trigger point therapy with the body back buddy and massage therapy. That's what loosens that up more so than the stretching. But the lower body, I notice, really benefits from doing a good lower body stretching protocol after a workout. And if I'm feeling really tight, I might do it 1 or 2 more times a week. But my general protocol is I do it after every workout, only 2 times a week. And then if I'm really tight that week, I'll do it 1 or 2 more times during the week. And a couple weeks later, I'm 100% fine. I feel fantastic. And I always feel really, really good if I stay true to the form of doing it at least after every workout that I do. So there's my tip for the day. Hope you enjoy it and stay healthy. Thank you.